People say if we keep going the way we are, God is going to judge America. And I submit to you that based on Romans 1, God is already judging America. Now, we know the effect of sin. We know what sin does to people. It degrades men. It debases the image of God. It strips man of his glory. It steals his peace, and in place it gives him fear and torment and guilt. It causes trembling. It convulses the conscience. And some people kill themselves to find comfort. Sin destroys relationships. It rots a good name. It wipes out a marriage. It utterly devastates a family. It debauches a city and a nation. So from deep within man comes this spewing out of uncleanness like the drippings from a broken sewer. Because this is what is in man's heart. He is abandoned by God. He is left to his own evil. In fact, 1 Thessalonians 4:5 says that man lives in the lust of sensuality. That is the mark of those who know not God. They are totally driven by their own lusts, their own desires, consumed by them. And so that is what God gives man over to. In James 1:14 it says, every man is tempted when he is drawn away of his own lust. And when lust conceives, it brings forth sin. And when sin is finished, it brings forth death. So man is drawn into sin by the uncleanness of his heart through his lusts, and it draws him toward death. Now the term lust, epithumia, means a wrong desire or an illicit craving. It is the mark of man without God that he craves what is wrong, what is vile, what is wicked. In Ephesians chapter 2 verse 3 it says, we all had our manner of life in time past in the lust of our flesh, fulfilling the desires of the flesh and of the mind. Now listen to this. And were by our very essence the children of wrath. Now watch this. When a person lives guided by the mind and the lusts and the desires, they are literally a working out of the wrath of God. And that's how it is with man in the world. The essence of man's sinfulness is uncleanness that comes from his heart. In Matthew 12:34, Jesus said, O generation of snakes, how can ye, being evil, speak good things? For out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. What else would we expect out of you but that which is evil? For your heart is evil. That's basic to man's fallenness. In Matthew 15:19, it says, out of the heart proceed evil thoughts, murders, adulteries, fornications, thefts, false witness, blasphemies, and these are the things which defile a man. So there's the essence. And God gives them up to the essence of their sinfulness. He just lets them go and lets it take its course. And it affects their bodies, verse 24 says. They dishonor their bodies between themselves. Dishonor means to degrade, to insult, to treat shamefully. Is the very opposite of honor. Timao is honor. This is atamazo, to dishonor, to treat with shame. And I see that in our society. Our society treats the body with shame in so many, many ways. We, across the world, have a low view of human life. We think it's entertaining to murder people. On television or in the movies, it goes on all the time, continually degrading man's view of the dignity of man. We have a sport that we all watch from time to time where men get in a ring and just pound each other into oblivion, which I think reflects in many ways our view of the dignity of man. We have no sense of man's glory. We step on anybody's neck to get anywhere we want. We sexually abuse one another. We criminally abuse one another. We verbally abuse one another. We treat each other with disdain and ill will. And we dishonor our bodies in myriads of ways. You see, sin has poisoned the very roots. That's what 24 is saying. The whole head is sick and the whole heart is faint, Isaiah said in chapter 1, verse 5. In Ecclesiastes 9:3, the preacher said, madness is in their hearts while they live. Man's evil is like his pulse. It's always there. And as such, men are under the power of Satan. And Satan becomes the agent of God in the outworking of the wrath of God. Now, why has all this happened? Verse 25. Because men have exchanged the truth of God for the lie and worshiped and served the creature more than the Creator, who is blessed forever. Amen. Because, watch it now, because man abandoned God, God what? Abandoned man.